back to Bun Choi Racing, and this is the CB Media Thai Longtail Riverboat. Stay tuned toward the end of this video. You'll see the livery and the official name of this 500 horsepower rotary Thai Longtail Riverboat. Ow! You're not supposed to bite me. You're supposed to be nice. Try this again. Oh! Oh! Your bird is mean. A lot of you are gonna notice that my boat is fucking massive. It's actually 9 meters, aka 30 feet. And the reason for this is because, well, my engine has a shit ton of horsepower. And if we were to put that 500 horsepower 13B engine on one of these tiny little boats, that bitch would literally fly. You'll notice some of the smaller boats like this one, it's actually wood. You can see the texture. But the larger boats like this one and the one that I'm building, it's a wood frame. They build the wood frame, they sand it down, and then they actually fiberglass over the wood. And then they paint the boat and add the designs with vinyl. The reason they do it this way is for structural rigidity, because otherwise the boat would flex a lot in the water. I still can't get over this. Look at his trophy case. He's been building these racing boats for 20 years. I'm telling you guys, this project has the best of the best Thai fabricators, engine builders, and boat builders that this country has to offer. This thing is going to haul so much ass. I was confused on why this boat is so deep compared to every other boat in the shop, including mine. And the reason is because it's meant to operate in the ocean and not a river. The people that had this boat built are going to be using it to transport people from the island of Koh Chang over to Koh Mac and Koh Kud. You know, once you tourists are allowed back in the country. So if you end up on Koh Chang, look out for this boat. In the 1 week I've been gone, Bun Choi and his group of guys have accomplished so much. As you can see, the boat itself is completed as far as the wood portion goes. It's been sanded down, and next step is applying the fiberglass. We're doing fiberglass because we want this boat to be as rigid as possible. Once we bolt a 500 horsepower 13B rotary engine to this thing, I do not want it flexing at all. Some of the smaller boats with sub 100 horsepower engines are all wood and no fiberglass. But once you get to the 300 plus horsepower range, whether it be gasoline or turbo diesel, the fiberglass is a necessary component of this boat build. I'm loving the color of the stain that's on this boat. I chose to go with a really deep, dark stain. I wanted that real traditional Thai style look over the lighter, more ashy flavored wood. And I think it's gonna come out absolutely beautiful once we get our bright, colorful livery on this boat. I've spent the past week in Pattaya celebrating the 300,000 subscriber mark. And while I was gone, well, they painted my boat. I told them to wait till I got back to Bangkok so I could film the process, but well, that didn't happen. I wanted to show this to you guys. This is where the engine will actually be mounted to the boat. So obviously it needs to be super strong to hold all that horsepower that is going to be my 13B rotary. And since the boat is completed, today we're applying all the decals, essentially the CB Media livery. And these are the guys in charge of it. Hello, Swadee Kap. See this right here? This is all the decals that's going to be going on my boat. You can see one of the American stars right there. Check this out, guys. All of you were wondering what was going to happen as far as the name of the CB Media boat. There you go. You voted on it. The official name of this boat is the ThaiTanic. And this is going on the side of the boat. As you can see here, one great thing is the Thai flag and the American flag are both red, white, and blue. The front part of the boat will be the Thai flag, and then as it goes back toward the rear of the boat, you can see here that it actually turns into the American flag. I'm not gonna lie, when we were building the engine, when I was watching them assemble the boat, it didn't feel real. It didn't feel like this was mine. Now that I'm starting to see this come together, now that I'm starting to physically see the biggest CB media decals I've ever seen in my life, all of a sudden this is real. This is my boat. Oh my, and then I'm gonna give it away to one of you guys. This is insane. This is really my life. Wow.
ที่เป็นไอ้นี่ไงที่เป็นเลดอ่ะใครนะ
บริษัทที่ทำโต๊ะมาปราบเลยนะคือมาปราบรูปไอ้นี่มาพญานาคที่วัดพระโตเอกครับ
This is basically their boat racing crew. This sticker is only on the fastest boats in the country of Thailand. Think of it as like the OG badass boat racing guys' seal of approval. And I'm extremely honored to have it there right under the CB logo. The logo on the back of the boat is, well, it's in Thai, so you probably can't read it, but it's the logo for the shop that I'm currently in, Bun Choi Racing, who built this boat. It's just a way to give those guys a shout out. I appreciate all their hard work, their talent, and years of experience that went into building such a badass boat. I asked you guys on the community tab if you had any questions about the boat build to drop them, and the ones with the most likes will get answered. Dan and a bunch of other people asked, how much will the boat build cost? Now you can build one of these boats, one of the smaller ones with a naturally aspirated Japanese gasoline engine for as little as $4,000 to $6,000. A nice one. Now if you want one of the larger boats with a turbo diesel engine that's like 300 or 400 horsepower, that price can get up to about $14,000 to $16,000. My boat is going to be significantly more expensive than that, mostly because of the engine. The 13B rotary engine has become really rare here in Thailand. There's just not a lot of them coming into the country, and supply and demand means the price of that engine has kind of just skyrocketed. I anticipate when everything's said and done, this is going to cost me probably about 25,000 US dollars. And then I'm going to give it away to one of you guys. Yes, that's really happening. Bill asked what type of wood is the boat made out of, and it's a local Thai wood that's actually in the oak family. You can see the way we finished it. It turned out absolutely stunning. Jeff asked how many topless models can we see on the boat? The answer to that is none, because I would get demonetized and you would never see another video from me ever again. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. You're just not going to see it. Michael wanted to know more technical specifications on the engine build. I forgot to mention this in the original video, but it is bridge ported. He wanted to know about compression, fuel, all that type of stuff. Ichiban Engineering 1000cc injectors, Ichiban Engineering IE 350 fuel pump. Compression ratio? I don't know. Do rotaries have a compression ratio? I don't know shit about rotaries. This is my first rotary. It's my first boat. Yeah, all this is new to me. Neil and a bunch of other people asked, can I come ride in the boat? And the answer to that question is no. And the reason is because I'm genuinely worried about how people are gonna react to this boat. I'm used to very, very fast cars. Like I'm used to my friends in America have 1,500 horsepower R35 GTRs, 2,000 plus horsepower twin turbo Lamborghinis. I'm used to fast cars. Like a bone stock Hellcat that makes 707 horsepower is not fast to me. But these boats scare the living out of me. They're terrifying. And if you're not used to something that's really, really fast, you don't need to get on one of these boats. Derp asked, how many lady boys can you fit on this thing? We could probably fit, I'd say 8 or 9 lady boys on it, but that's, actually, you know what? Neil and a bunch of other guys that said, can I come ride in the boat? Yes, you can ride in the boat, but the rule is, I'm gonna put you in a wig and a mini skirt and do your makeup and then put you on the boat. So yes, Neil, anybody that's in Bangkok, you wanna ride on the boat, you can come ride on the boat, but you have to do it in full lady boy attire, makeup, fake tits, the whole deal. Bring it on. Mark, who's an engineer, said he wanted to know more about the process of the boat build. I hope this video answered some of your questions, but every boat is custom made. They're constantly evolving when it comes to the design, and each boat is made for a specific purpose. Like this boat over here behind me, which I showed you earlier in the video, which is made to be ridden, driven, whatever, in the ocean compared to a river or a canal. And every boat is designed for the engine that goes on that boat. But pretty much, everyone is custom, and I hope this video answered some of your questions. Ben asked, are you gonna travel to the winner's home country and deliver the boat yourself? That would be awesome. I would love to do that, but it's not really logical. It's like the logistics of making that happen would be next to impossible, and the reason is because a lot of the world is still shut down because of this whole situation. If I leave Thailand, it would be very difficult for me to get back in without going through a quarantine. Final question. Ross asked, are you going to race it or just drive it for fun? I am going to drive the ThaiTanic one time. I'm just gonna zip up and down the river at like a quarter throttle just to say I drove it. But we are going to race the boat. I'm just not going to be the one racing it. I'm gonna leave this to the pros. Riding in these things, I can tell they are a handful ripping down the canal at 100 miles per hour. And I have too much to live for. I'm gonna drive it for fun, and I'm gonna watch the professionals race it. Now let's push this thing outside so you can check out the finished product. I'm super excited the way this came out. Again, I absolutely love the way we were able to blend the Thai flag with the American flag. Both flags being red, white, and blue just made this the perfect livery for the ThaiTanic. I love the color of the wood. I love the way this came out, and I cannot wait to see a finished product with the beautiful titanium covered 13B sitting on the back of it. Next step for this project is we're taking it over to Chung 8, which is another shop which will be assembling the engine, putting the seats in it, and manufacturing the propeller. And then after that, it's time to put this baby in the water. I'm super excited. Stay tuned for more videos of the ThaiTanic.